Okay, do you want to do an intro? I don't even know. You have like a YouTube channel, right?
What? Yeah, I don't do intros, man.
You don't do intros?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm not that. I don't make that many.
Hey guys! Today we're spectating the Rabbit, who is a Bronze 5 Katarina main. And he asked people on this Katarina main subreddit to review his video. And this is what we're gonna do. I'm Catastrophical. With me I have Zandthee, Diamond 5 Katarina man from US. So we're gonna try and focus on constructive criticism.
Yeah.
I'm really not too sure what to expect.
Bronze 5 games. I actually never really spectated Bronze 5 games yet, so.
I think we're gonna see a lot of things that will be kind of unexplainable.
Yeah, I'm already figuring out who's where because it's Lux support.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a Twitch jungle, but I'm not too sure because I've heard of Jin AD carry with Smite because he needs to last it while he reloads, so he takes Smite in Bronze 5. so is a secret strat I've heard, but we'll see. And he's probably gonna jungle. I think Rabbit's team has a sick triple teleport strategy going on. Probably gonna do some 4-man ganks. Maybe not. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We'll see.
Gotta turn the volume down a bit. Okay, so.
So what is he running? Full ability power runes or?
30 ability power. Looks like he got 26 AP, which is Quints and glyphs, right? Yeah. And 9 armor. And I'm assuming the marks are magic pen. Makes sense. 26 AP, 9 armor, 8 magic pen, 9 magic. How much is it?
Does he have armor?
Yeah, he has armor. He has armor.
Oh, okay.
I think Katarina's 19. Nah, wait. It's
What is he warning him?
I don't know, but he might have scaling HP actually. I think 27 is base armor. I don't know why the number is yellow.
Yeah, it sometimes is yellow for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's scaling HP.
He's getting inflated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he noticed. Oh damn.
I think it would be more useful to actually place the ward where he's walking now, in the brush.
Yeah. Oh, he's going for the cleanup. He's going for it, man. He's gonna get the resets. Oh, ignite! One more! He's got it! You got it! That's the reset. Okay. Oh, that's the double. Oh, nah, he's too fast. He's not gonna get him. He's not gonna get. He also used nice micro play from SD to use his health bot. Okay, so the first thing I gotta say is that with all the weird shit we're seeing in this game, at least he has Thunderlords, Flash, and Ignite. So that's great.
So why is everyone mid still?
I think they're thinking that the level 1 skirmish is still a thing, still going on.
You see the Rammus who is actually invading.
Yeah, Rammus is actually taking the blue buff, but he's in for a Twitch surprise. Okay, so now Jinx is saying like, okay, everybody's mid, so I'm gonna go mid too, obviously. This is kind of weird. Oh.
That's Flash. Oof. Okay, so it turned into a total everyone mid game already.
I'm wondering if Lux and Graves actually were like, I'm gonna go mid, I don't care. Like troll picking? I don't know. That shouldn't be a thing with team builder, right? With like having your preferred roles and stuff. Unless everybody's queuing for mid lane and just picking mid lane no matter what they get.
Well, I think Lux would get support the game, right? Or someone else is supporting, just maybe Rabbit got supported.
I mean, nobody's bot lane. Rammus is actually going bot lane to take the farm now. Oh, Darius is going in for the flank.
Yeah, they're all way too low. I don't even know.
Oh, reset!
Oh!
Oh, get it! What'd you get W? No!
He doesn't have.
Oh man.
Could have got Lowy there.
I think it's crazy how Darius was level 2 before everyone else. It's like he's got a solo lane or something.
Well, normally you're like level 4 right now, right? At least. So the AD carry hasn't been bot lane for the entire game.
The top lane TP really paid off for Darius here, experience-wise. So I feel like this is actually gonna be a 2v2 mid lane. Okay.
Yeah, seems like it.
I feel like it would be so much better to just take Darksteel every game when so much Fiesta is going on. Like, you'll always be able to pick off kills, or since he's already 2-0. But just take Darksteel and focus on not dying. You're gonna get fed every game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really understand the pick from Doran's shield anyways in this matchup.
Maybe, I mean, I wouldn't know who I was laning against. if this is what happens every game, then I really wouldn't be sure who I was laning against, but... this Zillion actually has a support item.
So...
I think the theory is...
Oh, he's getting ganked.
Oh.
He's getting ganked.
Oh. Oh, he doesn't have a ward. Use a W! Use your... Oh my god. Rabbit.
Yeah, you can pause right here, I think.
Rabbit, I know you're watching this. Listen to me. When you're getting chased like this, use your W. It's gonna give you movement speed, you're gonna get away. He's gonna walk into the turret, maybe you can turn, but you're not gonna die. Whenever you're being chased, spam your W like crazy. It helps you get away so much.
So, can I like go back a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Go nuts.
So, since shortly you have a cooldown timer right now on your Trinket, right?
Yeah.
So you can see it right here. Oh, okay, the video is... Can you actually play it back like 15 seconds?
I think you can just move it
Yeah, I was doing that, but it's not working.
like this.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
right here you drop your Trinket, but it's on an 80-second cooldown. So now for 80 seconds you actually don't have any wards to jump to, and for Katarina it's always really important to have at least one ward on you. So you basically just throw away your only escape.
Yeah, especially if we have flash down too.
Yeah, exactly. You have flash down for 100 seconds, you have Trinket down for 80 seconds. So right now for 80 seconds you're totally, a free bird.
Vulnerable. I mean, Messi literally just had to walk up to you. If it was a normal jungler like Rek'Sai, something with a gap closer, with the range to take like Nidalee, you wouldn't have any chance of getting away. If a ranged jungler with red buff would come, you'd just straight up be dead. So whenever you don't have flash, try to always hold on to one of your trinkets at least, because Trinket is always a free escape. If you just place it or ward jump to it to dodge a skill shot, or to just jump straight away if a jungler comes to your lane.
Yeah, and furthermore I don't really like this ward because it's only covering one of your side lanes. And now Master Yi will come through the top part because he walked around your ward. So this ward actually doesn't cover that much area of vision anyways. So it is basically why you die here, because if you had a ward 10 seconds later, you would have lived.
Yeah. Okay, I would go for Boots here right now. Boots in the pot, probably.
Like, this early in the game is really bad to just leave 350 gold in your pocket.
Oh, that's not good. He's not getting anything.
No, it's probably just going straight for large rod, but just get boost, just get a pot. I don't know what he is doing. He's still mid. He's mid for a few minutes already.
Okay, you can all in this, Zillion.
Darius is raging on grapes. Yeah, Zillion's if you stage you can definitely kill him, but you have to poke him down a little bit more. I love it how Darius is is raging so hard. Oh god.
What do you gotta do to qualify as a bad player in this elo? I don't know.
Ah, you miss your cannon.
Oh, you gotta... Oh, it's all about the stats, I guess. Okay, so Rabbit is maxing W. against a poke matchup. I mean, Zillion is not gonna get too close to you. He's just gonna try to get you, get a bomb on your head.
Oh no, the trinket again.
Yeah, it's terrible. You definitely should hold on to your trinket whenever you can. You can place trinket wards when you have 2 trinkets stacked. I think it's good that you try to use your trinket whenever it's off cooldown. I think that's a good mentality. But as Katarina, since ward jumps are so OP and basically a free escape to any gank, you should just hold on to it. Okay.
Yeah, and even without awards, a lot of times you can still shampoo on mean wave, or even on the enemy jungler if it's like a Vi comes from
like a Vi.
You time it right, you just E over. But I just saw you use your E basically to try to get some farm. That's also a really bad habit to do.
Okay, he's doing the right thing here. He's trying to roam, trying to pick off kills whenever the bot lane goes aggressive. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but it's really overextended, so this should be free.
Yeah. You'd be even faster if you had boots. Yeah, the flash was kind of wasted. You can block the Rammus. Block him.
Okay.
Don't let him get away. Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Nice job. Yeah.
Yeah, you really need to flash there. You could just walk a little bit more to the left.
Yeah.
Basically, just cut him off. The Illaoi is like in game also.
Okay, so we can both agree that the flash was probably completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, one thing I'm noticing is that the Rabbit is always comboing EWQ. What you want to do is you E on your opponent, and then you use your Q and then your W to get the instant Q mark proc for more burst. So if you EWQ on someone, and he might flash away, and the mark isn't procced, so you're losing out on a lot of damage. So whenever you...
It's unlucky it's even not even proccing Thunderlords then.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it should be proccing Thunderlords because EWQ are 3 spells, but... Yeah, it's just still not smart.
You E on like a minion with code fire or some shit.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Well, I don't exactly know what you're doing here right now. You're just wasting time, basically.
Yeah, you should
There's
be
no
mid lane pressuring.
Or you should go bot right now, but you don't have Ignite, and Graves is... Graves is doing nothing right there. I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah. Again, hold on to your ward. These here, you could just jump into your turret right now if you had a ward. But you don't. That was interesting.
He could just out-attack your one. You should have died there. Oh, you should have died here too. What are you doing then?
Yeah.
That
was just...
had a bomb cooldown? I don't know.
No. He probably doesn't have the mana, but 2 auto attacks would have killed Rabbit as well. You gotta be aware of how much damage enemies can do.
Yeah, you never want to jump in with your E like that if you're that low.
You definitely should not greed for the kill right here because you don't have a trinket yet. Now you can't get away.
Oh, maybe you can kill E.
Yeah, not
I
really.
think if you would stand in the brush and QWR, and he didn't have vision fast enough, then maybe you could have killed him.
Please get boots and pots and a pink ward. Any back get a pink ward. Pink wards are so great for escaping when your trinket is down. Or if you gank bot lane, you just place a trinket in a try bush and see if the enemy bot lane has warded.
Get the boots.
Get boots. Please do it. Oh dear, okay.
No, it's not doing. Also, typing is really bad for you. From my experience, if people argue, the best thing is to just mute them, not read it, and just play your game. Because typing is so distracting, you will just like start playing way worse yourself. Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe some funny jokes or something is okay, but don't start arguing if someone is saying, you're playing bad, you made a mistake. Like, yeah, I made a mistake, you made a mistake too, it doesn't matter, right?
Don't use your shampoo on minions, please. I just gotta stop because this is really important. When you get to lane, you don't need your 60 damage, 12-second cooldown shampoo to get that minion, just use an auto tag. Like, shampoo is important to get an all-in, shampoo is important if you need to get away when the jungler comes. And it's important for damage reduction, so...
everything. Like now you cannot touch this. If you had, yeah.
Yeah. Use W. Use W. Nice. See, and you can get
Okay.
away.
You're getting away.
So now.
Really close.
Now you got it back because you don't have any pots.
I think if he.
Oh, he's coming. He has ult. He's going for it. Dodge. Nice. Okay.
Oh, there's the. Oh, they're
rip.
diving so hard.
Rip.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh. Maybe we can Graves. What? Graves had ultimate. Why didn't he try to kill Zillion?
I have to remind you, this is bronze 5, right? So.
Okay, still. That was pretty weird.
So, I think one thing you really have to concentrate on is farming. Because you should be around, like, I don't know, try to be around at least 80 or something now. Like, maybe the game is
Man, come on, there were 4 people on this lane
yeah,
in the beginning.
That's true, but still. Oh,
Yeah.
that laser was quite nice. Still, it's always a typical tip for low elo players.
Yes.
If you just get, like, let's say 80 farm in 10 minutes,
yeah,
you're already way stronger than everyone else, because people in general in this elo have only, like you have now, 35 CS, 12 minutes. It's just 50 CS. How much gold is that, man? I don't even know.
Did you just take the Grump?
Yeah, I just...
Oh,
also this is not worth your time. Scuddergrub is way too much health. Just go mid lane, just take the farm.
Yeah, push in the turret, get some damage on the turret, try to pressure for first blood turret. Those things are a lot better than what you're doing right now. I know you want the Infernal Drake, but you can just let Graves solo the crab with a smite, with a CC. Okay, so... Jungler is top lane. I don't actually think you can kill this one.
No, you're probably too weak to think it.
You're probably gonna die.
Yeah. Maybe you can take it if Graves thinks it, but you have to keep damage.
I mean, Graves doesn't have smite, he's not the jungler. Oh.
Oh, they're gonna get it, maybe?
Oh.
Yeah?
Do it.
Okay,
Q. No! Oh no! Oh well, he's got the loons. And you can't do that. You gotta go boots in between and just try to use your movement speed for roam. You just can't tunnel vision on one item. If you got a needlessly large rod and an Aether Wisp, oh rip, and you back with like 700 gold, you can get boots and refillable potion and a pink ward, which makes you so much stronger. You can use the pink ward to see if there are any wards around the Infernal Dragon, makes it so much safer. You can roam bot lane, place it in the river, see if they can see you coming. If they don't, just run into the lane and kill them. It's as easy as that if they don't know you're there. And you can just surprise kill them. Like one pink ward for 75 gold is such a good investment. Okay. Delayed ultimate. Flash W? Yeah, okay. Maybe he can get him. Don't run away! Oh, you could've killed him, man, come on.
I don't think it was worth your flash, because you know he was ulted. He was ulted, so... You're gonna flash to proc his, like, ultimate, which is on a 1 minute cooldown or something.
Yeah, but I felt like if he really committed to that, he could've killed him after he respawned. I mean, he does have the Ludens.
Yeah, with the Twitch backup, probably.
Yeah. Can't trust Twitch though.
Illaoi is pretty strong.
Oh, you should not be fighting a Illaoi that's 3 levels ahead of you.
Yeah, she is...
She's really gonna kill you.
I'm really afraid it's Illaoi just 1v5, 1v5 the whole game. Oh, that's an issue.
I would try to cheese for a kill here on Brazilian. Oh. And you gotta wait 2 seconds more.
Yeah,
so, what you missed here of something very important is, if you look in your status bar, you actually don't have Thunderlords. It's on cooldown. So, even though Zillion is kinda low, he's kinda low. He might die to QWE rotation and an auto attack. He might die to it, but only if you have Ludens and Thunderlords. And he's probably gonna die to it since you have Ludens, but look what you're doing. You don't wait for your Q, you don't wait for your Thunderlords, and you don't do enough damage to kill him. You also did not wait for your Ludens. Your Ludens to just come up by using W and E. If you had moved around a bit more, you could have killed him, but not like this. You gotta be a bit more patient and pay attention to your cooldowns.
I agree, you have to wait like 3 more seconds or something.
Yeah. He also knew he had an ult, so that actually was pretty free.
So you got backup, so maybe...
No, don't run into the Laoi. Oh, okay,
see.
she's not doing anything.
So you're... Why did you put a pointing Q?
He has to. You can't just fill out max 1 ability.
Alright, never mind.
Oh, walk away! Walk away! Whew.
Yeah, you should have noticed your your health going down. You could just either walk away or jump away.
Yeah, exactly. If you wanna ult on a CC'd enemy, you gotta be aware that the Lux cage is actually not a stun, it's just a snare. He can't move, but he still can auto-attack everything that is within his range, and you were within his range. You should have just taken one step further away from him, and then ult. He wouldn't be able to reach you. You'd be able to safely ult him and chunk him, but not like this. Okay, what would you go for in items? What did you buy this game?
Well, I'm not really sure. I don't think they're making magic resist, but you're also not really fed, so making like a death cap will take forever. Making a pistol is not that useful in my opinion. They don't have that much magic damage, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe Hourglass.
Maybe Hourglass.
Because if he ults and he goes in, you can just Hourglass and damage.
I think the first thing he should do is finish his Sork Shoes, which I think he is trying to do. And then after that, probably go Rabadon's Void. Just go damage, full on burst. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just afraid right now that Illaoi is so fast.
Oh, you gotta notice. You gotta notice the key right here. You can't just walk up to the turret, like right here. After you kill Zillion, now your camera is all fucked up right here. So a good player pays attention to his minimap, of course. So while you're walking and get to the turret, you're not paying attention to where your enemies are. But you should be able to see in the lower right corner that Master Yi is actually in the mid lane. He's actually there, and the turret is also still standing. You're all quite low, so Master Yi might be able to go for a cleanup play. And yeah, okay, the turret is down and he's backing off, but it's still dangerous to not be even aware that he's there until he Qs you. That's not something that should happen because he's right there in the lane. Your camera movement just wasn't that well, and if you feel like your camera is kind of weird, you're kind of off to the side, just press spacebar once and you'll be centered again. Okay.
Oh no, the Trinket.
Get him!
Oh!
No! Oh! Oh, that was so sad.
I think you kind of messed up your rotation there.
Yeah.
Hard.
Let's actually go in depth on that. Like, saying they messed up your rotation is fine and all, but okay, how would you kill this Master Yi, Zandthee, tell me?
I would stand in the brush, QWR. Well, actually, he's probably going to Alpha Strike you right away, so he's probably going to dodge a lot of damage on your ult. So I would probably just QW him. You know what? Actually, I'm not even sure who would engage on this.
Okay, the thing is,
Graves is really low, and
Yeah.
if he ults and just goes for Graves, and he can just Alpha Strike plus W your ult, then you're fucked. And also you have no backup, and there's you don't know what's behind him. Like you saw things already, so probably I would not take this fight actually. And if I would probably QW kite back or QW ult in the brush and hope that I kill him before he can react.
okay, let's go through those scenarios. Either QW and kite back. What happens is Master Yi sees you, he Qs you, and he auto-attacks you instantly after Q. That's something you can avoid, it just happens. You don't have a Trinket ward? Maybe you could jump to Grace, but the red buff proc is gonna be applied to you, and he's gonna chase you down with ultimate, and you're absolutely, definitely 100% going to die because you don't have flash and you don't have backup.
Yeah.
So that is taking into account that Master Yi knows what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing, but you should always try to play like your enemy does know what he's doing. Okay, because that's the way to improve. So if you go all in on him here, if you just QW ult him, is what I would do, probably, because I would underestimate. I would think, okay, maybe he just reacts really late. I would wait for the moment he walks into the brush, and at that exact moment I would all in him instantly, because he'd be closest to me and would take the longest time for him to walk away out of my ult. So I would just hope that I'd kill him before I'm dead. If he starts going into meditation before he dies, I would use the E, the shampoo, to just jump on graves, jump away, or run away.
Yeah, just run away.
Because there's no way you can kill Master Yi through his W with a rank 1 ultimate, even if you have Ludens. The scaling is not good enough to go through that. So what you do right here is you use your E first, and then you use ultimate. So you hold onto your Q and your W, which is bad for the following reason. Your W only has a cooldown of 4 seconds. You have 0% cooldown reduction, so it has a 4-second cooldown. Now your ultimate goes for 2.5 seconds. So if you use your W right before your ult, it will only be on a 1.5 second cooldown after your complete ultimate has gone through. So it's really worth to use it before the ultimate, so you can use it once more in the fight. Like, W is a spell you will normally use multiple times in fights. So you're throwing that away, which is exceptionally bad because you have 5 points into W. You need to utilize the damage you get. It's probably like 250 damage with all the AP you have. So if you used that, he probably would have died. Let's keep watching. So you get the whole duration. Okay, after that, he starts meditating. So you use W right after ultimate and then Q auto attack, but you're not strong enough to kill him with auto attacks, and Jinx comes and kills you. So if you want to take the fight, try to use W before your ultimate, especially when you're maxed your W, so you can get more damage off in total.
And also one other thing, like say you QWR and you flash away, you can still use your E to track him down, to jump on in. Right now you don't use your E for anything, you don't really use the damage reduction, maybe for the Alpha Strike, but...
Yeah, he's using it for the damage right now. He's actually using his shampoo only to get some extra damage on the opponent. That's not how it should be used. You should use it to either get away, you should save it to chase, or you maybe use it for damage reduction if like there's a Karthus ultimate or something, or a Zillion bomb on you. Okay, he went for the Sorcerer's Boots and an M-Tome.
So for some reason you were ahead a lot in kills. I don't know who has all the kills, but I guess Twitch is pretty strong, he's level 11.
Crazy.
And also Lux is pretty strong, I guess.
You just walked through a ward. This is risky. If you go back 10 seconds, you can see that there's a decaying enemy ward right there. I'm gonna stop it for you. Oh wait, am I retarded? Yeah, I'm retarded. That was your own ward. Never mind. Wow.
Well, it's still risky. Let's say there's a pink ward on the bush at right?
It's still risky.
Or there's anyways. You see
okay, there's someone coming. Someone is coming. You're gone. You can't hide if the raptor is attacking.
Oh, don't use your E. Again, don't use your E there.
The E is a really...
Now you don't have an E.
Yeah. You definitely have to stop using your E for damage, because the rank 1 E has 12 seconds cooldown, and it does almost no damage. Okay. He survived your combo with, like, 200 HP, right? Before you died. Like, if you just go back, like, 1 second. This is Master Yi right before you died. If you had used your W before your ultimate, which you didn't do, again, then he would be dead right now, and you'd be able to jump onto Twitch, for example, and get out, and dodge the Alawi ultimate, not get auto-attacked by Master Yi, you'd survive, in short. So, what you want to do is try to get rid of the E-ult combo, because you're just missing out on so much damage. The ideal combo would be EQW ult, which delays your ultimate a little bit, since your Q does have a short animation. But it's, I mean, the enemies are not walking out of your ultimate. You get like a whole ultimate off, so the kind of quarter-second delay would not hurt you at all, which is make a lot more damage. So I feel like the playstyle he's playing right now, he'd probably be best off just maxing E. Because he always tries to get in some Shanto bursts. Okay, so you don't use your spells, you die, and somehow your team...
So he's going for void staff, I guess.
No, he's not winning the fight at all. Never mind.
Billion didn't even ult Master E. Nice.
True.
So, this game is so random, I don't even know, like, what you should do right now. I guess securing Dragon would be a nice objective, or getting a pick and just push somewhere where Alawi isn't. Because Alawi is probably the biggest problem in a team fight right now.
Yeah. Oh dear.
This is the first time I see Rammus in... Oh!
Get him! Get him! Oh man, come on, that was your vantage play and you just threw it away. Oh, he got it!
Nice.
Wow.
Let's go, triple kill.
Yeah, that's nice. He's really strong because he does actually have a good build. Like going Ludens and Sorceress and just stacking just some AP in the first few minutes is actually a really good build. That's actually really strong. Oh, really snowbally.
Luden's Void is basically almost the most damage doing builds. How do you call it?
Yeah, I'm not even talking about Luden's Void. I'm talking about Ludens and AP. He can still use the items he has right now to go for Lindries, which would probably not be good. He could also go for Rabadons, and he could go for Void. But the most important thing is that he has this AP. Okay, Twitch is not tanking the dragon correctly. Oh, you're gonna die. Oh no. Oh, the dragon did not swap aggro. I expected the dragon to swap aggro to you.
You should just recall here, man. I don't know why you're hanging around with 200 HP.
He's trying to get the...
Oh.
trying to get the blue.
Twitch doesn't like that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, right now, I don't know what you're doing. You have 280 HP, that's maybe one bomb, because you have no magic resist. So...
Well, he actually does have Ocean Drake, and Zillion is not playing aggressive at all, so... You should just stay mid lane and farm. Oh, don't all in him, don't, please, no, you're not gonna kill him. You gotta be aware of your enemy's items. This Zillion is tanky as fuck, man. You gotta look at your opponent's items every time he comes back to lane. If you look at his items right here, he has a Negatron cloak. He has 72 magic resist. He's full HP and has a Roll of Ages. That's 1600 HP with 72 magic resist. You cannot burn through that. You don't have any magic penetration except for your sorcerers and the 8 points I assume you have in your runes, which is not much. Pulls it down to 50.
Even if you have Ignite and you have enough damage to kill him, he has ult, right? He didn't use it in the last 2 minutes.
He has ult.
So he has ult, so I don't know what you're trying here.
Yeah, this is just really bad. I would just walk up to him, try to CS the wave, and dodge bomb with my E if he throws it. But it's not a good idea. If you play against a good Zillion, walking this way is not even a good idea, because he will just walk up to you, slow you, and then double bomb you, and there's nothing you can do except for dodge with your E, but one bomb is gonna land anyways, and he'd probably still kill you because he has Ignite. So... Okay, one thing I want to mention though, let me go back to the scene one more time. He's actually using a good counter. He's using Q, E, W, ult, which is exactly what you can... It's not the best combo. I think E, Q, W, ult would be even faster, but it's not a big difference. It's almost the best combo you can do in this situation. It's really good. So if he was low, he'd be dead now. Or you'd at least get his ult. Not like this.
I think actually, when you and Twitch were doing Dragon, I would just leave to Twitch, just recall, and I think you would be in lane back with full HP at the same time.
Yep.
I think that was basically the best thing you could have done there.
Yeah.
Because if you're at 100 HP or 200 HP and you're gonna do Drake and it's thwarted, someone comes in and just kills you with one out attack, then it's not even worth the risk.
Yeah, especially since Twitch obviously could solo it. I don't know if it was obvious to you, but since you don't do any damage anyways, like, you just stand around and go in for one combo at the end. And Twitch was still full HP. Okay, nice.
Yeah, this is good though. You see it's way overextended.
Yeah.
Maybe you can even try to chase down Jinx because she's really low and you have 436 movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
But you decide to not, that's fine.
You
Mid-turn
can-
is gone though.
You can kill that Zillion. You can kill them.
Oh, he still has ult, but...
You can still kill him.
Oh.
Yeah, even if he had ult.
Yeah.
Zillion is not going for a lot of AP, he only has his Rod of Ages and some magic resistant armor. So his ultimate is not gonna heal him for like more than 50% of his HP. Probably a lot less, like 30 to 40%. And you can burst that with Loons and EQW. Oh, ward jump. You need a ward jump. You're
He
gonna walk
doesn't
into the...
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have a ward.
No.
Okay.
The idea was nice to just E on a wolf and then maybe QW her.
I think
That's what I would've tried.
I think there was a way to kill Jinx right here, because right here, you can jump
the wolf.
onto the small wolf. You will stand behind the wolf. If you use shampoo on a target, you will stand behind the target. So you will not land into the. You will not be standing in the jumper, right? So, not even talking about combos. If you just eat the small wolf that's nearest to Jinx right here, you'd be able to chase her down and kill her with W and auto text, because you're so much faster than her. She's an AD carry. She probably has like 370 movement speed. Look at her just slouching away really slowly. Probably
Also,
just.
Also, again, I don't know where you use your trinket boards lately, but this is basically the reason why you should always try to keep a pink or a trinket ward.
Yeah.
If you had a pink ward here, yeah, you would spend 75 gold on the use of pink ward, but you would get the kill, so it's worth.
I think one thing that you should try on improving.
Oh, there's the pink, there's the ward again.
Yeah, one thing you should try improving on is definitely not using your trinket wards for vision. Your Katarina and your one really OP bullshit mechanic that you have, yeah, she's dead, is the ward jump. And what you want to do is you want to use your trinket almost exclusively for one, escaping, two, chasing or dodging. One of those three things. Whew. You could have flashed away there over the wall. Oh, it was okay. Your team got 2 kills.
I was even surprised you didn't instantly die because of Ilaoi. You were so low. I think if Ilaoi just QW you or auto Q you would just die. I don't know what happened, that you got that big of an ult off on them, but I mean, I would just take it. Are you just DMing the enemy team right now, or what is this? So what I also find interesting is that there's already you already have 36 kills, right? But you only have 3 towers. It's a really kill-heavy game, I would say.
Maybe criticizing him for not farming enough isn't really that important,
Well,
because there's so many kills going on every game apparently that you can just get fed off kills and just snowball team fights.
That's true, but yeah, to me it's still important, I would say.
You're not gonna have a standard lane, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, you should not go in on that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know why Massey didn't. Yeah, Massey didn't see that he could kill you, but you would definitely die there if he would just ult and out-attack you. So this sucks. You cannot really be in the way.
Okay, so you definitely have to learn how much damage you do. You cannot just E in on someone just for the heck of it, throw out all your spells and just pray that you kill him. When I E onto an enemy in a ranked game, then I do it because I know I can kill him with my Ignite, with my Thunderlords, with my Ludens, with whatever I have. Because otherwise I wouldn't do it. Like, going in 1 versus 2 is not a good idea if you are not sure that you can get a reset off.
Yeah, maybe if there's only like 3 minions and you know that you can clear the whole minion wave with your combo, so they would tank turrets right away.
Yeah, something
but right
like that.
now they have like 15 minions, and also Ilaoi is really tanky. Look at her, or really tanky. She's pretty tanky.
Oh, DC.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Don't attack, move into the enemy base, man. Come on. Yeah, definitely learn to save your trinket for chasing, escaping, and dodging. Learn how to use ward jumps. Try not to use your E on neutral monsters. It's the same as the trinket. There's a high cooldown, try to save it. I have a feel like Twitch is going to go AFK. Honestly feel like Twitch doesn't want any of this shit. Oh, yeah.
You probably did.
I think he could have ran away.
Yeah, you could have eaten on the pink ward on top of you. On the top side of you.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's actually a way this could have been avoided completely. If you just look at the top left corner, you can see him walking into the brush right there.
Yeah.
So
you actually see him, maybe?
Yeah, you actually do see him. You actually do see him before you.
Yeah, I got the feeling you're walking towards the brush, like you know he's there, right?
Yeah.
I think you're walking towards the brush, like I know you're there. I'm gonna watch the brush.
And at this moment, you do not see Rammus, but what you do see, and that is something you maybe should learn to pay attention to when face checking brushes, especially, is you can activate your ultimate. Actually, your ultimate is lit up. And that means that enemies are nearby in a small radius, and there's only one spot where any enemies could be in this small radius, which is this brush. So you should not be face checking this. You should be walking close to it and seeing if your ulti can be activated. And if yes, then you should be getting the hell out of there. And if no, you can just, of course, run in. But yeah, so this should have been expected. There were like 2 possibilities for you to expect this. So again, don't ult there. Just run away, use your W, kite the guy. When he has his powerball back up, maybe you can ward jump over a wall. Or something like that.
Your team is like really spread out. I think if you and Twitch and Luxus have a good team fight, and you can just kill the Jinx and the Zillion, you'll probably just win it. But everyone's just like spread out, walking around, a little bit random.
Yeah.
I think I don't ever see you reject items. It's also a bit of a problem, I think. Oh, nice. So you can just kill him.
Yeah, nice.
I don't see you ever pressing tab. It's really important to press tab and to check items to see what people are building. And you can see which teammate is really fed if he builds like good items. Because maybe Twitch is really fed, but he's actually building like tank items. I don't know because it's bronze. But if Twitch is really building good items, Hurricane, Blood Rage or whatever he has, and he has a lot of damage, try to team up with the teammates you know that are like better. I don't know if you have this too, but usually if you play a game, there are some experienced people on the champion, and you know, they might do well from the stats they have, right? You know what I mean? That's sort of cool.
I'm not too sure. One thing I want to mention is you should definitely stop stealing every buff from your jungler. You definitely should not be taking every blue buff and every red buff. I know you play Katarina jungle, so you might be used to just spamming your spells onto the neutral buffs, but oh man.
What is he typing? Oh god.
This day we fight, yeah. That's nice. No, don't do. Your team is fighting in the mid lane. Don't do the Raptors.
Yeah,
those are not as important as the turrets. Come on, up.
Push the damn turret and kill the Jinx.
He's gonna all in him.
He's gonna kill the Jinx. No,
no. You need to use your spells.
Oh,
just spam.
Oh
god. I'm trying to be positive. Give me a second.
So Jinx is right there in front of you, and
Let's
you jump
let's
on the Illaoi.
let's analyze this.
Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Okay, where does it start? There it is. We actually do have the YouTube stuff, so we can do quarter speed like this. Let's actually do.
So it's a 3
half.
versus 3, right? But 3 is really pause it. Yeah, you have to pause it.
So, what you're doing right now is actually something that Katarina is really good at, which is flanking. So you go in when your enemy least expects it from the side, when they're chasing the enemies, and you just blow them up one after one. Because you can get in good engage on a squishy target, because if you were in the mid lane right now, Jinx would be safe behind the Illaoi, who needs something to get through the Illaoi, but if you just flank, you can just blow her up. So this is kind of what you do. In this situation, I would not try to E onto the Illaoi. I mean, you can, of course, but...
Okay. Spirit's Visage and Mercs.
I mean, the positioning is pretty good. He has pretty good positioning. He's kind of blocking their way a bit, but you gotta. I feel like you're not really thinking about what combo is best to use. You just E ult every time. What you should be doing here is use your Q, use your W, and then ult. Your Q is rank 5, your W is rank 5, and it's so much damage. So much. I think Jinx would probably would have died like with the second ultimate tick or third. She'd be dead almost instantly. Yeah. So you get the ultimate off, and you instantly use your W, which indicates to me that you were spamming W while you were ulting. So now the ultimate is over, and you use W, and now it's about how fast you can react. How fast you can say, oh, I killed someone, I have resets, what do I do now? So what you should do is, this is of course a bit hard to do because you cannot just pause the game and look at the scenery that we are looking at right now. You gotta be fast. But what you should be thinking is, who is the next low HP target that I can kill? So what I would do is, I'd say I cannot reliably kill Illaoi with just E, so I just use all my spells on Illaoi and try to kill Master Yi after that. So what you should be doing is calmly using Q and E on Illaoi, and I'm saying calmly because if you panic right here, this is gonna happen. You're not gonna use your spells, you're just gonna be like, oh, I can't kill her, I'm dead. One Q would have killed her. Definitely. You auto attack.
Yeah, if you auto attack you would both kill her.
Yeah. I don't think you would have killed Master Yi, but definitely her.
But you had a ward up, so after you killed her, you could probably walk back to Lux and get a little bit back up, or escape to the right side over the brush and just run away.
I don't think Rabbit can ward jump actually. I've never seen him ward jump. That's probably like a trick that he should learn. I mean, he hasn't used ward jump once in this game, and if he always uses his trinkets like he does in this game, then he won't have any trinkets to ward jump too, because he always uses it immediately when it's off cooldown towards something.
Yeah.
So that's another point you can do. Try to improve your ward jumps.
So meanwhile, it's 6 minutes further in the game, and you have bot tower, but it's still going really slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can just kill here. Oh. Okay. He was really free there, I don't know. You probably thought the Alpha Strike would end on Twitch. Well, it ended on Lux, which was really weird. But still, you eat, and then you ulted. Again, you didn't Q.
Okay, wait, we're not synchronized. Well, where are you right now in the video?
No, I was just talking about what happened.
Yeah,
but he's killing Cillian right now. He just ignited.
Okay. So you were talking about the scene before?
No, just 5 seconds ago.
Okay, but you were talking about it like you already seen it.
I don't know. Let's just continue this time. So he has GA and ultimate. So popping the GAs is really good. You
probably could have killed him there. Like, GA only regenerates around 500 HP, and you do have Q and W up, so just wait for him to stand up again and just use QW. Maybe an auto attack, he should be dead.
Yeah, he maybe can't react fast enough. So just take the turret here and Also, you don't ever use pings. Pings are really important. Just if you want to get your team here, just ping. Like, I want help, I want help.
I actually misunderstood you right now. I thought you said pings as in pink wards, but the statement still holds true because you also don't utilize pink wards, which are also pretty strong. And whenever you have the inventory space, you should be getting one, placing it somewhere in the river, maybe in front of the Drake or the Baron in the secluded single brushes. Maybe in the tri-brush as the lane.
Talking about actual pinging.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know. You can still debuff, I guess. It's pretty risky if one person would walk up, but I think 2 people were dead, one in spot lane. Yeah, if he showed up on his blue buff, he would easily kill you, so it was really risky to do this, but
yep.
It's like whatever.
Okay, he's bot lane.
50-50.
You are 3 people top lane. Your team is fighting. I don't think you can take Baron simply because you are not tanky. None of you can tank the Baron.
Twitch
Oh,
can
you're
tank
squishy.
it, but yeah, maybe Twitch can tank it. He regenerates a lot, but you shouldn't.
You gotta back off. If you stay around, you're gonna die to the Baron DPS.
You can actually maybe take it if Lux changes aggro now. Like right now, Lux, walk forward, Lux. Okay.
That was the most amazing Baron I've ever seen, to be honest. I'm completely bamboozled. I did not expect you to be able to take that.
Just recall right now. Just recall
Recall.
right now. I don't know what you're doing.
You're not gonna Ian to the Alawi now, are you?
Oh
You're not gonna.
God,
You're not
please
gonna.
no.
Please don't. Please don't all in her. Please
Like,
don't.
You can just go back, solid torrent, shield, get a part of the death cap.
Why are you
And
warding in that brush, man?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Like,
They see you. When you can see the minions, that means the minions can see you. That means the enemies see you. They know you're behind them. Oh god.
Oh, what are you doing? How? Oh, okay.
Try not to go Rambo mode. Katarina is such a good champion for just getting your ass carried if you just follow up on your teammates, KS some kills, and, you know, clean up. You don't have to go for solo plays on the Fed Alawi with exhaust.
And also on bot lane, Jinx and Yi were alone. So if you just went bot, you could probably just do one combo, get a free double kill, and from that you can just push down mid, take a hit, things like that.
This guy is an entertainer, man.
Rampage.
53 kills. Oh, he actually went Rylai's. I thought he was going death cap.
He didn't have the money for death cap and he had like 2k gold, so he said, not gonna wait the 500 gold, I'm just gonna get the Rylai's. Which I think is okay. Rylai's is not a bad item, and she's so fat that it doesn't really make a difference.
I love it how you just warded brush, like...
It's like...
It's so useless.
Warding this brush can be good for laning phase, but it's not something you should do 35 minutes in. 35 minutes in you should be warding Baron, Drake, the enemy jungle, or nothing. Just hold on to your trinket word.
For the love of God, never ever solo a dragon as Katarina. Even if you're somehow gonna get this, which I don't think you're going to, you're doing so little damage against dragons.
The thing is also that Ocean Drake has a lot of solo damage. Yep. He might actually get it. Oh, you know why he gets it? Oh. He got it!
Oh, you got it! Word!
Word!
Please.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay, so...
Oh, you got the 12% regen.
One thing you should keep in mind is some drakes, like Mountain Drake and Infernal Drake, actually do AoE damage. Those have don't have as much single target damage as the Cloud Drake and the Ocean Drake. You can actually, if you're as fat as you are, you can solo Infernal Drake and Mountain Drake, probably. But
Doesn't Mountain Drake have more defensive stats?
Yes, it does, but it also does a lot more damage, but the attack speed is slow. So, Cloud Drake and Ocean Drake actually are the strongest single target dragons. So, don't try to solo those.
Also, there was a huge team fight from your team, and they took 2 inhibs.
You just completely missed it.
Yeah, you just weren't there.
Oh, get an elixir! Get an elixir, you have 500 gold, that's perfect. Nah.
I don't know.
I
don't
like...
think I've seen anyone 5v5 yet this game.
No, people are not gripping at all. And also, Rabbit, you're not using Azanias. You already died twice while having Azanias up. Oh, yeah, you can kill this guy probably. Oh, don't use your E first. Q him, you need to Q him. If you don't Q him, you're just gonna die.
You would have killed him if you use your Q. So.
Yeah.
Also the same mistake again, you work the same place in that rush, which is totally useless. Like,
yeah. It's completely useless.
I mean, there's 0 vision from your team, so it's not completely useless, but just the spot in general is not good. And now late game is basically doing nothing, so...
The Trinket is so important in the late game.
Yeah,
on Katarina. I would never use my Trinket to just ward a brush in the late game as Katarina. I would just always hold on to it. I'm actually surprised that the guys in your team didn't just forget about the Zillion and just walked away. Feels like they're actually trying to win.
I think your team can just push down. Remis is not there, so it's 4 versus 2. I think they can just push down the turrets. Unless Ilaoi also and kills them all. But maybe they're too afraid. Push, just hit the tower, Twitch.
They should try hitting the tower, yeah, I was about to say.
It
can be pretty useful when you're trying to destroy the tower, is to actually hit it with your auto attacks. Okay.
Probably you can end right here.
Yeah.
Ilaoi.
I think that's game.
You can just end.
Gotta get the last hit.
I don't have the feeling you contributed a lot to getting any of these towers and inhibs at the end.
You haven't been in a single team fight. The only fights where you actually have 3 or more enemies, where when you try to flank alone or engage alone on a bunch of people, which is not something you should do. You're not strong enough for that. You should actually try to clean up. Just stick to your teammates. Try to get them to group mid lane to run it down, and just stand behind them and try to get a kill in when you think you can get a reset. Okay. So, okay. Is there any afterthoughts or?
Well, when I see how these people play, I think the best strategy is just to get your combo right. If you get your combo right and you get a few kills, you can just one-shot everyone and the game will be over in no time. Because no one is reacting fast, so if you just learn to do your EQWR instead of ER every time, that will be basically already enough to get up to bronze 2 or some shit. So
yeah, that's also my main criticism. You do not use your spells correctly. You always need to remember that ult comes last. You try to save your E, but you always use your Q and your W before your ult. So instead of when someone face checks you, instead of just using E ult, try to use QW ult and save your E for when they run away. And use it to chase them down.
Yeah, exactly.
You will do more damage and you will have more mobility and there will be no downsides because you're not using your Q and W anyway. When you have to, try using the one combo you used on Zillion, where you go Q, E, W ult, where you throw your dagger, then jump on the enemy, then spin W, and then ult. That's the maximum damage combo. So, literally just face roll and use your ultimate last. Then you will do a lot more damage. Oh, and if you're in a situation where there are like 3 people and most of them are low, and you get a kill, it's not a shame to just spam your Q, W, and E keys. Because it's kind of hard to calculate exactly what you're trying to do. But if you don't use your spells, I mean, they're wasted. You got them, might as well use them. The order isn't necessarily the most important thing if it can kill the enemy anyway, so
Yeah, so if you see four low HP people, you can just literally roll your face over the keyboard.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just try it out for once. I mean, what could go wrong, right?
Yeah, what could go wrong? Alright.
I enjoyed this game though.
It was great.
Found it pretty funny, but it doesn't feel like ranked somehow. It feels like people are, I don't know, doing it on purpose or something. Just extending the game really long.
I don't think they exactly know how to finish the game quickly. Well, okay. This has been a VOD analysis of the Rabbit Rabbit Bronze 5 Katarina main by me, Catastrophical, and my pal Zandthee.
Hey.
Maybe we will do this again in the future, I'm not sure. I know that Rabbit Rabbit likes to upload a lot of plays, so if you're up for it, maybe we can do this again? What do you say?
Yeah, I liked it, man. I think it's fun. I think it's also, learning a lot for other players. How do you call it? I think other players can also learn a lot from this. Maybe we can do a little higher elo replay. Get out of the depths of bronze 5 up to silver, up to gold. Maybe see what some more advanced Katarina mains can do. I don't know. We'll see.
Sure. Okay, thanks for watching.